Nancy and I are at our new campsite, Jambili Pan, and our campsite is actually in the woods behind where I'm standing. We can't actually see the pan from our campsite, but we have a little trail so we can walk out to the edge of the pan where we are now. And as you can see, you can just make out the water hole in the back there. It is a natural pan, but supplemented by a solar groundwater pump. And we've got a herd of elephants, a matriarchal family group here. And they've had their drink, and they're leaving. And we had a second herd leave just a few minutes ago. These guys have a very teeny little baby, but she's kind of hidden right now. Alright, bye. You can just make out this teeny little baby. She's so small she barely sticks up above the grass. You see those little ears? One of the smallest ones I've seen yet, I think. Mama's smelling the air for danger because they know we're up here. You see how well they keep that baby protected when there's a potential threat nearby. Stays right in the middle. Okay. Cheers. Okay, we've got a little roadblock here. And as we've talked about before, elephants get the right of way. So once they decide to let us pass, we'll scoot on through, but we still got another guy behind this tree. These guys are heading down to this water hole. There's looks like a couple different family groups at the water hole or coming into the water hole. But we still have one guy up here to let us pass. Looks like a youngster. Just another elephant watering hole. One of the many pans here in Hwange. And this one appears to be very popular with the elephants, as you can see. Lots of family groups come together into these big herds. It's quite a scene. Bye. Okay, we're at Mungo 3 waterhole in Hwange. And you can see lots of zebra here. But interestingly, we have an ostrich, female ostrich, who came in for a drink, which you don't see too often. She doesn't have the anatomy to allow her to suck up the water, so she has to dip her bill in and then lift her head up to swallow it. Okay, we'll be back. Bye. Okay, we're at the same waterhole, and we have a small group of roan antelope that have come in. And as you can see, relative to the zebra, they're a fairly large antelope. And they're more of a woodland antelope, like sable. And so they're very nervous when they come into the wide open grassy areas like this. So it took them quite a while to come from the woodland edge in the back down to the waterhole, because they paused constantly to scope for danger.
You see the guy with the funny.
And this guy I'm zoomed in on right now has a deformed horn on his left side. I don't know if you can see that, but instead of going up, it's bent over down to the right, almost in front of his eye. Doesn't look very comfortable. You can see it now. Scene there with the roan get a nice drink and the zebra behind, and the reflection. And just so we can say we have 3 species, you see the ostrich in the back. So we've got the ostrich, the zebra, and the roan all here in this one scene. Okay, bye. Okay.
His tail's missing.
Elephant crossing. We've got a matriarchal group, family group, wanting to cross the road in front of us, and we are of course going to oblige them. Okay, we've got a youngster here who's always the boldest. They always want to kind of check you out and challenge you. And dutifully, here comes the rest of the family group. Little baby in tow. Okay. Okay, matriarch in the back. Notice how she keeps her head turned at times to keep an very determined family group coming into this waterhole. They came in at a pretty good pace. I'm interested to see what they do, because there's this other smaller family group that's already here. Be interesting to see if there's any kind of interaction here. These guys have a very little baby. That was very neighborly of the first group. And look what we have here. We have this elephant. Oh, I see. She's coming over for the cleanest water. Which is interesting because it's one of the younger elephants. You'd think it would be the older elephants that were wise enough to know that the freshest water is over here. Oh, now they're catching on. These guys are like, hey, we got much better water over here. Here comes his little baby up. Let's see if Nancy can move her. Skylar, hope you're watching, because there's a really cute little baby there. And he's very curious. He's not quite sure what to make of us. Coming over to say hello. Hello, little guy. Doesn't get much cuter than that. Okay, signing off. Bye. Pretty interesting is that they're letting this baby kind of be away from the mother and sisters with us being so close. Usually they're really protective and keep her close underneath or between them. But they don't seem to be too concerned. They're letting this little baby walk pretty much right up next to us. sing. Let's see, here comes Big Sister. Not so Big Sister. Check us out. Oh, yep. Let us know that you're a little disturbed with us here. But Mama doesn't seem to be too concerned. pretty cool. I have a feeling we have a couple, and they're probably mating. This male and female are probably sticking together for a couple days, baiting every half hour. The way they're acting. Wouldn't be surprised if we see the act here in a second. I think these two want a little privacy to do their business. They keep trying to find a nice little private spot to mate, and we three vehicles keep moving to watch them. And they have to find a new spot. We'll see. Oh, she's down. Kind of surprised they moved out into the sun. It's like 3 o'clock in the afternoon. I would have expected them to find a shady spot, like they had a second ago behind the termite mound. Oh. Okay, that's all for now. Oh, maybe he wants to do. Clearly he's ready. Oh, there it is. Okay.
That was really quick.
Okay, that was it. That's how long it takes. And again, they'll repeat this every half hour for a day or sometimes several days. And they'll be off away from the pride while they mate for 1 to 3 days like this. Alright, that's the end of the story for the mating lions. We're off. Bye. Okay, after doing their business, these two walked over to the waterhole for a drink. They're really thirsty.